My name is Sonia, and my life in our cozy suburban neighborhood with my frequently traveling husband, Vijay, was mostly uneventful. We were a childless couple and our routines were simple. He would travel for work and I would manage the home. I relished the moments we spent together, often longing for his presence during his trips. On one particularly sunny day, I was alone at home, sipping my morning coffee, when an unexpected sight startled me. Through the kitchen window, I spotted a man in our yard. He seemed to be inspecting some pipes. Feeling a rush of anxiety, I confronted him. "Who are you? Why are you here?" He looked up, a bit taken aback. "I'm the plumber. Mr. Vijay called me." Suspicion swirled within me. Why hadn't Vijay told me? After verifying with my husband, I learned that our attractive next-door neighbor, Emma, had noticed a leak in our yard and informed Vijay. That he hadn't informed me was an oversight, but I couldn't help feeling a pang of irritation. Not just with Vijay but also towards Emma, whom I'd always felt flirty vibes from towards my husband. The plumber's unexpected entrance into our yard was unsettling. Rather than ringing the doorbell, he had simply walked in. With Emma's recurring presence in my thoughts and the plumber's odd behavior, I felt uncomfortable. A few days later, an emergency called Vijay away. Our farewell dinner was soured when he discovered a leaking tap in our bathroom. Wanting to address the issue promptly, he called a plumber to fix it while he was away. By the time the plumber arrived, it was almost 11 p.m. Opening the door, I was met with a familiar face. It was the same plumber from before. Annoyed, I mentally crafted a slew of messages for my husband, chastising him for hiring the same guy again. The plumber estimated the job would take a couple of hours. Exhausted, I settled down in our TV lounge. The day's worries and my husband's sudden departure weighed heavily on my mind, and before I knew it, I drifted into sleep. I awoke with a start. The room was silent, save for the rhythmic ticking of the clock. That's when I noticed him. The plumber was seated directly across from me, staring intently. Panicking, I demanded, "What are you doing here?" He responded with a chilling smirk, "I finished the work and didn't want to disturb your beauty's sleep." Fear gnawed at me as I shot back, "Get out. Take your money and leave." But my demand was met with a violent bang on our glass side table. It shattered instantly. As he menacingly advanced, I felt cornered, trapped. Screaming for help, I braced myself for the worst. Then, just as abruptly as it began, he left. Moments later, Emma rushed in, having heard my cries. She immediately called 911. The subsequent police investigation was frustratingly inconclusive. The number Vijay provided led nowhere, and the plumber seemed to have vanished. Months passed. The horrifying event started to feel like a distant nightmare. Then one evening, Vijay mentioned that Emma had married and that we should invite her for dinner. I hesitated, but for Vijay's sake, I agreed. The doorbell rang, and as I opened the door, my heart plummeted to the pit of my stomach. The man holding Emma's hand, her proud new husband, was none other than the plumber. Screams erupted from my throat as the world around me blurred and I fainted. When I regained consciousness, I urged Vijay to contact the police. But investigations yielded nothing. There was no evidence linking Emma's new husband to the terrifying events of that night. To this day, I can't shake the feeling that the man next door, now living blissfully with Emma, hides a terrifying secret.